an introduction. Senator Davis, many of you probably already know her from the many town hall meetings and events that she's been at. She never stops to try to make sure that she gets your input, listens to your concerns. She doesn't stop when she leaves down there. When we're down at the Capitol, she is a very big advocate. And during General Assembly, we were able to get a couple pieces of legislation.
Well, if you were at the 200-year celebration of Conway County, you heard me talking about people being Rick Beck's cousin, and he left off cousin. I think I've just appointed myself his cousin as well. So anyways, thank you all for being here today. It's an exciting day to have Morrilton be capital for the day and have our governor and all of the secretaries and the first gentleman here. It's an exciting time, and Conway County and Morrilton's a great place for it. So what I want to say about the governor and introducing her, I just want to talk a little bit off the cuff and it just about not her resume and all the amazing things that she's been able to do over her lifetime. But, you know, when you are in politics, when you're an elected official, and even when you're just a leader in your community, trying to do things to make your community better, trying to make hard decisions and tackle controversial issues, things that maybe don't always make you popular or maybe get a bad headline sometimes. But those are the things that have to be done, and that's what real leadership is. So when I think about the governor and the things that she's done in her few years as governor, I think about her taking on really challenging issues, things that maybe on the front end were not popular to tackle, but on the back end we're seeing real results. We're seeing changes in children in the classroom that are having supports and, you know, learning more than they were before. That's not just going to change that child's life, but when they grow up and have their own family, it's changing the trajectory of their family and generations. And that's the thing that I think is so important when you step into a leadership role, being willing to tackle hard things and say, I'm doing this, I know what my mission is, I know what the vision is, and it's to make Arkansas a better place, not today, but in the future and for generations to come. And I love that she's dedicated her life to that her family's dedicated their life to that. It's going to mean a lot to people that may not even know the groundwork that she's laid for them. So thank you so much, Governor, for being here, and welcome. I'm turning the microphone over to you.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here in Morrilton and to make this our 17th capital for a day, and really excited to be in this community and to be with my good friend Senator Davis and Representative Beck, who do an amazing job representing the entire River Valley in this area in Little Rock, and are truly two of the finest people that we have in the state legislature. They are committed to our state. They are driven by core conviction, and on the rare moments that we have disagreed, which they are rare, we talk through those things. We know where each other stands each day. And I just had the chance to leave from Petit Jean Meats. So if you hug me and I smell like bacon, that's true. It's not because I cooked my kids breakfast this morning. It's because I toured that factory and had the chance to walk through, and what an incredible place it is. In fact, if you ask my dad, who just landed back in Arkansas for the first time since he left after getting the ambassadorship, when he left in April, he literally just landed part of the ribbon cutting for the new nursing program there that is not just going to do big things for Morrilton, but it's going to do big things for our entire state. It's one of the most in-demand careers, not just in Arkansas, in the fact that you will have to go back to work, but a great little brewery, and we've been here a couple times, and we have been able to do some really amazing things here in the state of Arkansas. I'm really proud of what we've been able to accomplish even in a short amount of time. But none of those things happen if you don't have a really good team. And so that's why I love Capital for a Day, because it gives me a chance to bring and introduce the people who are doing a lot of the hard work to communities around the state. The people that you see standing behind me are members of my cabinet, members of my staff are all throughout the room. And one of the big things about Capital for a Day is we don't want to just come here and talk. We really come to listen. We want to hear what's happening in the community, what's working, what's not working, what the challenges are, ways that we can better serve this state. And you don't find that out by hiding away in the Capitol. And so we love getting to be here, be out in the community, and visit with each of you. And so I'm going to be short because I want my team, which I think I have the best cabinet of any governor anywhere in the country, and they're the reason we've been able to be successful. Without the group behind me, we would not have been able to pass 3 different tax cuts and knock 20% off of our state's income tax. Without this, we've been able to return more than $1 billion back into the pockets of Arkansans. With the help of Senator Davis and Representative Beck, we were also able to pass transformative education reform here in the state, going from being at the very bottom, last in teacher pay, to top 5. The single biggest investment in public education in our state's history was through Arkansas Learns. We invested in literacy. We opened it up so that every student in Arkansas has the opportunity to go to a place where they can learn and grow and thrive. I believe that every child has the ability to learn when they're put in the right environment. I'm a mom. I have 3 kids. Brian and I have a 13-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 10-year-old. And we know at our house, just with our 3, that they each need different things. So we can't expect that a one-size-fits-all education system is going to work for every student in Arkansas. And with the cooperation of the legislature and the team behind me, we now have education freedom accounts that are available to every single student in the state of Arkansas. That is life-changing for our kids. And as Breanne mentioned, that doesn't just change the life of that one student, it changes the life of their family, their future family. That is generational impact that we have the opportunity to be part of, and it's something I'm so incredibly proud of. We focused on things like literacy, deploying more than 120 literacy coaches to our schools around the state, making sure that kids are meeting that critical benchmark by being able to read by the time they hit 3rd grade. I'm proud of the fact that I was the very first governor in the country to kick China off of our farmland and get them out of our state. We know that supporting our farmers and our producers is also supporting our national security. It is not something that we take lightly in the state of Arkansas. It is something we are always going to support and always fight for. And so I'm proud of what we've been able to accomplish in that space. I love what we've been able to do in 3 short years, but I like to think we're just getting started. And so we want to continue to keep seeing communities like this one grow and thrive and get stronger. We want to make sure that the kids growing up in Arkansas are proud of the fact that they're from this state. And that's why supporting and fighting for things that matter, standing up for strong conservative values makes a difference. And with your help and with the team behind me, we're going to keep working hard for you. I promise we will never stop fighting for the great state of Arkansas. And now I want to turn it over and let some of my team introduce themselves, talk a little bit about what they do. Because like I said, our goal is not just to come in and breeze in and go back out, but it's really to give you a little bit of a snapshot of what some of our state agencies do and what they can offer, how they can help, and how we can better serve Arkansans. So I'm going to ask them to come up and introduce themselves, talk a little bit about what they do, how we can help, and then we'll stick around after to make sure we get a chance to visit with everybody, address problems, answer any questions you have. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for giving Brian and I the opportunity to serve our state and to be in your community and make this our capital for the day. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, ma'am. I'm Wes Ward from the Arkansas Department of Agriculture, and great to be here. And there's just a lot going on. As the governor mentioned, going to Petty G meets. I know we mentioned Green Bay packaging. So much that just representative of the entire state of Arkansas and our agriculture industry here in the River Valley in this part of Arkansas. So more than anything, just want to say thank you for what you do. As the governor mentioned, we want your feedback. I will share, I love getting to work for Governor Sanders because she is out there consistently supporting our agriculture industry. We've seen her sit at a round table with farmers. The next day she's on the call with the president talking about this is what we need, this is what what will be helpful for our producers. So there's no one fighting harder for agriculture in the country than what Governor Sanders is. And so we appreciate that very much. We'd love to hear from you and things we can do to help you to be successful. But great to see you all today.
Good afternoon. My name is Shay Lewis. I'm the Secretary of the Arkansas Department of Parks, Heritage, and Tourism, and also serve as Director of Arkansas State Parks. It's an honor to be here with you today. We've got some great things going on here in Conway County, especially with Petit Jean State Park so nearby. And at the department, we're working really hard to double the tourism impact and economy within our state. Our tourism division is working on a daily basis to promote this area and all the natural, cultural, and historical resources that we have in the great natural state. Our Heritage Division can also be a partner with you in lots of different ways through grants and support on many different levels. And the last thing I'll mention is when Governor Sanders came into office, she took the outdoor recreation economy so seriously that she invested in creating the Natural State Initiative. It's led by our first gentleman, Brian Sanders, and the Natural State Initiative has worked really hard to come up with recommendations to provide to Governor Sanders for improvements and investments across our state, including Petit Jean State Park. And we've got some great things planned that are taking place up there and that you'll hear more about over time, and some investments that we're making there. So thank you for being here today. I look forward to visiting with many of you. If we can be a resource to you, do not hesitate to reach out to us. But thank you.
Hello, I'm Mike Hager. I'm the Secretary of the Department of Public